Well, the stats look pretty well. Vitals seem stable. Still don't think he's conscious yet. Should probably fill up some more water for him. Drink some for myself first. Gotta make sure that he doesn't start getting dehydrated or whatever. Let me actually check. Yeah, he's doing fine. Clearly not conscious, but heart rate is steady. Guess I'll change my laundry while there's not a whole lot else to do, I guess. Keep on trying to figure out, well, just, I don't know, some way of waking him up. Some kind of concoction. Something has to wake him up, surely. Seeing a downward trend in his blood sugar. I guess that's because I haven't really been. It's kind of hard to properly feed a comatose person, but I'll blend something up, I guess, or something. Make a something. Surely there's got to be something I can do. A feeding tube, I guess. Probably needs it. Oh, I think I have visitors. Huh. But that's not good. That's really not great, actually. Did I see Anna? That's bad. Oh, shit.
Uh, Meredith, how long were you just standing there? I didn't
Uh,
knock on the door yet.
Well, I was walking around and I happened to see you through the window. What are you guys doing here?
Um, I had brought Anna here so she can see Simon. You know, since you still have Simon with you.
Yeah. Guess I just wanted to visit him.
I see.
I know how you feel about people knowing where you live, but based on what the three of you, have accomplished together, I assumed that this was no problem. But forgive me if I should have asked first.
You probably should have, but come on in.
Well, I have been meaning to talk to you. Bringing Anna here was, kind of on the table for that. So,
Yes, sorry
my
for
apologies again.
intruding.
Come on in.
Wasn't meaning to make you uncomfortable, but you know.
Well, you know, it's,
Isn't that his old lab coat? I remember it from.
yeah,
Oh.
it is. I got it from his
How's he been?
stuff. Well,
Anything worth
good
sharing?
news. He's still stable. I've been monitoring his vitals and everything. Um, there's been a downward trend in his blood sugar levels, but I'm probably gonna insert a feeding tube or something. Kind of hard to feed a comatose person.
He's almost been in a coma for a week. I haven't known many people,
5 days, right?
if any, about that. I'd say almost a week. Yeah.
I take it you
Okay.
probably want to see him.
Yeah. If
Well, I've seen him. You can go on
possible,
ahead
of
if
course.
the two of you want to go in.
Well, welcome to my house. All right, here he is.
Okay, is it right?
Yeah, he's up here.
Yeah, you go first.
It's not a pretty sight.
Right.
Here, you can actually watch me. Here. All right. He's not gonna get dehydrated now.
That's that's good. Yeah. Right. Hey, Jay, since you wanted to talk to Meredith and stuff, can you guys just give me a couple of minutes with him?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, no worries. Just call us up when you need us.
Yeah, sure.
I guess we should go downstairs.
To fix that. Sorry, keep making this weird riff in my mouth. Um. So, about what I needed to talk to you about.
Yeah,
Are
what's
you
up?
are you good to chat? Jeppel can hear it. I mean, it's kind of a part of it.
Is it something like big or
Depends on how you look at it.
do you want somewhere secure to talk about it?
I mean, I think right here should be fine, unless you want to talk in your kitchen or somewhere to sit. I don't know.
Come on. Come on in.
Thanks. Nice setup you have.
Thanks. It's
I
a little something that I was working on that Simon told me to take a look into.
hmm. exactly is it?
He wanted me to find some kind of renewable source of power, and so I built a tank, and I had the idea of, well, thermal power and drawing it from the nether, but I never exactly got around to it.
Um, I'll cut to the chase. About Sanctuary. Now that there's a few of us down there living, I know you've been down there. It's, well, I know you handled security a little while back. Do you think it would be possible to help maybe figure out a way to, I don't know, set up some sort of like defense system with the one way going down? It's just Jappel's house, but he and I were talking about,
I can try, yeah. I mean, the stuff that I've done in the past was super simple, but I
it
mean, if
might just be
Jappel's gonna
enough.
be helping, then it'll probably we can
Yeah,
probably figure out
I
something.
know a little bit of Whetstone. I can help.
Yeah. We just want to make sure now that there's more people living down there that they're protected. Like for a time it was just Jappel until the rest of us, from Asphodel got there, and now Sesby's staying with us now.
I mean, I'll probably have to have Anna stay here and keep watch on Nate, but it should end up being
Nate?
fine.
What?
What
You said Nate?
did I?
Yeah, just now.
It's weird. I don't know anybody by that name. Simon. Why did I say
Yeah.
Nate? Whatever.
I don't know.
Someone's gonna have to watch over Simon.
Yeah. He's like I said, been wanting to see you and come see him again. So when Anna has her time, I'd like to see him one more time. And then I don't
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
I don't want to think anything grim, but and I didn't want to tell Anna this, but do you think there's a chance that he'll just pass?
I think it's possible, but I think it's unlikely. It's more likely that he'll just. It's more likely he would remain comatose for the rest of his life. I don't see him just passing in the middle of his coma. But I still think there's a chance that he can wake up from it. I'm trying to synthesize something.
I know it's a bit of a sensitive topic, but the EMP that Jeppel was coerced into creating for Asher and Moss when it went off, it knocked them out on his ass for about a whole week, and that was the week that we actually spent in the hole. No food, no way to get out. That was their plan, to starve us and watch us, rot in a hole. Eventually, after that week, we found a way out of that hole, and he used every bit of strength that he had to actually climb some ladders and actually do some climbing. Change his outfit, walk with us for a whole month. So when we got here and went to sleep, it was one of the first things on my mind that he'd just pass away, just like that.
No, he just
And I didn't want to
needs.
say anything to Anna or
He,
YB if, yeah.
I think he just needs. I don't like to use the word, but nurtured for a while. He's watched over. He needs to be given the nutrition he needs. He is not going to be waking up in a few days. That's for sure. But he still has a chance. Don't give up hope.
No, it's not about giving up hope, but I just like to think realistically.
Right.
He's a good friend of mine, and I don't want to see him die like that.
I think we all want to see him.
I would like to see him on his feet again, doing good stuff, because that's what he does. He does good things.
Yeah. Well, do you think Anna's done?
Frankly, I don't know. Unless she comes and grabs
She
us,
probably
maybe
needs a good amount of time, huh?
I'm not one to assume anything, but I know that Simon and her were pretty close.
Yeah.
How close, that's none of my business. Especially not to make assumptions or to base any plans around that, but
You know
worth
one thing that I
thinking about.
haven't tried yet?
What's that?
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of like powder or something that you can like put near someone's nose. It sounds a lot like cocaine. It's not cocaine. It's like some kind of salt. It's used in a medical setting to wake people up. I don't remember the exact name of it, but
As long as it's not that or glowstone like that shit that Osei person was selling, then I think we should be
I
fine.
don't know anything about that. I know I've heard something about glowstone dealing, but I know nothing about glowstone itself. Do you happen to know anything about these salts?
It might be smelling salts. Like,
Yeah, that's the one. I wonder if that would wake him up. It's
Have you been giving him anything like out of the ordinary just to get like a reaction out of him? Physically, I assume.
well, a coma is a deficiency of brain activity. It's the body's way of trying to heal. And so I thought, what would happen if I injected him with synthetic adrenaline? It didn't do anything.
Hmm.
So I've tried a couple of things, but
Also, I don't know if you're hearing us all that much. Do you mind turning us up a bit?
yeah, sorry, my my ears are a little bit hard of hearing, I guess.
No, you're good. Yeah, I could play. Anyway,
I think I'm hearing you
I'm not
better now.
okay. As long as the people back home are listening, then they can hear that too. Cool. Anyway, I'm not much of a doctor. I barely know anything. I know maybe some terms. I wouldn't know how to administer anything. So, I look to you two, essentially. So, if you two are gonna like work together on that security thing, maybe work together on Simon. Oh, I don't know. Just he deserves to be up and around for when he's able to be on his feet.
He does.
I need him to
Hey,
be
I
around
think
for that.
I heard some
So,
doors. Let's go back out.
hey guys.
yeah.
Huh?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm. You can come in now.
You good?
Yeah. It's fine. I'm fine.
All right.
Yeah, I hope
After
you don't
me.
mind that I left
Oh, that's
some
cute.
stuff here. Yeah.
It's
So
very nice of you.
let's talk.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here. No, it's okay, Jebel.
My guess, based off of everything that I've heard, and a quick trip to the library to find a book. Which, first of all, let me just say, the library has some very surprising things. I mean, I found some historical accounts, some autobiographies. There was, I mean, I took a medical book, a book of diagnoses. There was some weird ass old eldritch looking chant book, but I dared not touch it because I didn't want to summon some ancient primordial hell demon. But that's beside the point. I think if I search through here really quick, I bookmarked it.
I will say though, when we founded Marigold, a lot of those books came from neighboring towns, like countries in between us, and from where Japple and I come from. So I'm not surprised you find weird shit like that.
Yeah. I think this is possibly a case of something called systemic shock. In his case, his very odd cybernetic case. You could possibly describe it as 2 cases of it. Kind of refer to biological and cybernetic systems both being put under immense amounts of stress and going into a form of hibernation.
Right.
Sounds like a coma.
Yeah, it essentially is a coma, yeah.
Sorry, like I said, not that equipped on that knowledge, but I do know what happens when someone, falls into a sleep like this. And that one morning in the cave when I saw it happen, I knew it was serious.
Yeah, well, from the sounds of it, you said that all of his cybernetics went off with the EMP, and he still kept on going for a few days, and then he fell unconscious. So, seems like
Well,
Huh?
when the EMP went off, when Asher and Moss and Jappel left with the portal breaking and everything going on, that EMP didn't just knock him out, it knocked out all the surrounding portals. It even got rid of Enderman. Whatever that was that these guys created. I feel like it did more damage than just himself. I don't know if something mentally, but I know for a whole week he was, not doing so good. But like I said, he was climbing ladders to get out of that hole. He was walking around. He was able to dress himself in this new clothing he found. He was able to walk with us for a month straight. He couldn't sleep.
Come join us. You deserve to be a part of the circle.
It's okay.
And you can have my
No,
stuff.
no, Jay. It's fine. It's
No,
fine.
seriously. It's okay. You'll need to sit. I don't mind standing.
Thank you.
When we got out of the hole, like I said, he was able to dress himself. He was able to walk around, have conversation. There's a point there. He came and found me, and we actually had a conversation. I saw no signs of him, being out of it or anything like that. Once we all got together, we found some other portals. We were traversing the end. He was fine. He was able to walk around, sit down, eat, drink. He did that for a month. Call it unordinary or anything, but to anyone who didn't know he got hit by an EMP, people would think he was fine. But when we, encountered that town, which I told you had something to do with Sesby, we found that portal back to Marigold. It was that night when we resurfaced that he just slept like any one of us here would, and in the morning he just didn't wake up.
I think my peripherals are going really bad because he's blinking out of existence when I turn to face you. I think I need to get my
You're
eyes
just tired.
checked. I have not gotten a whole lot of sleep with checking up on him, to be completely honest.
I mean, if you need help.
Help would be greatly appreciated, frankly.
Yeah, I can watch over him if necessary.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm not much of a doctor or anything like that.
Oh, I'm
so
not
if you need
either.
Resources, I will. Well, don't
But I'm
sell
clearly
yourself short.
trying.
I know you're his like understudy or.
I'm his understudy, but I wouldn't consider myself a doctor.
No, and I'm far from that too. So, if you need resources of any kind, let me know. I'll go find it for you. Don't expect me to know my way around a needle or syringe or anything like that.
I
Well,
can help
needles and
if you
syringes are
need.
fine, yeah.
I mean, I had to throw together this makeshift heart rate monitor and this electrical output gauge and this IV drip, blood bag stand, and these aren't just things that I had. It's been a lot of work.
For these being makeshift, they are really well done. I have to admit that.
Thank you.
A doctor.
And that's all from him.
Well,
I'm just glad you're looking over him, Meredith. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing
Well,
what you are capable of doing.
well, in the next few days, if he doesn't wake up, I'm going to have to insert a feeding tube. I cannot let him just waste away.
It's good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said,
course.
it's been almost a week. 5 days.
I don't want him to
Might
just
even be
start.
6.
I mean, like a good amount of him is cybernetic. He already doesn't have a whole lot of fat to live off of. I don't want him to go into that survival mode and then go into what's it called, refeeding syndrome when he wakes up.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that he's,
Yeah.
more metal than man.
Yeah,
He's one hell of a fighter.
I can
And he fought
admit that
through,
much. Yeah.
he fought through Asphodel and all those weird planes that were Endermanless. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Um,
Sorry, I keep thinking about our time there because, seeing him lying here it's got me in disbelief, really. Like I said, if you didn't know that he was hit by an EMP, you'd think he was just fine. It's only when you don't see him with that outfit on that you'd see the metal parts of him.
Yeah, and the majority of them are fried.
It's crazy. He didn't know. We didn't know. And even if he did know, would he be able to tell?
He's lucky he didn't have a pacemaker.
right. I mean, I can try to find something in other libraries. There is a huge library back in the town that I was in. I think there was something back there about the epidural stimulations, neural implants, but I'm not sure whether it was just some medical stuff or anything related to him. I didn't get into much detail. I just saw stuff when I was trying to search for a way to restore the portal.
I don't know how much of him is mechanical or cybernetic, but if there's a chance that to wake him up, I might have to, I don't know, open up parts of him and do some rewiring.
I don't know who else has
I don't
experience like
know
that.
what. Well, no, clearly it's not. It's not mechanical. It's not cybernetic. He would have. He would have fallen into the coma at the EMP, not after. So I'm
It
not gonna
just
have.
doesn't make
I'm probably
sense,
not
though.
gonna have to do any of that. Not until he wakes up, at
He
least.
he was walking around for a whole month, but in that month, in that realm, we couldn't sleep. None of us could. The fact that he was able to go in a coma, but MBS, Ven, hell, even there, and I couldn't.
I mean, after how Asher described what happened after the EMP went off, I
I hate that Asher even talks about him. He's the one that fucking coerced Jap into doing it. That's the reason
no,
why we're here.
it was back when he was trying to just make me uncomfortable, I suppose.
She
Speaking
said he
of
should die,
Asher
and
and the entire Moss situation, we still need to. Well, we still need to get Lachlan out of whatever situation he's in.
Lachlan.
Did I say the wrong name again?
Yeah, you did. You did that thing again. Who's Lachlan?
I don't know.
I mean, that sounds like a name. Like, no, that wouldn't be JD. Anyway, JD and
Wybie.
as
We
far
need
as
to
I know,
get
JD's still
Wybie.
in the prison.
Yeah.
Wybe's the
What
one
is
we don't know
happening?
where he is.
Whatever. I'm delirious. I haven't slept.
You
It's gotta
should
be
get
it.
some sleep after we're gone.
I should. I will.
Yeah.
You're
Do
gonna
what you
I mean,
have
need
if you
to.
to
want
do.
me
Yeah,
to
you're gonna have to
stay,
stay here overnight.
yeah, it's okay. I'll get a bit of fresh air and I'll be back in 10 minutes after we're done with it. Okay?
Thank you.
Of course.
And you really don't have to. There are people that can do it for you if you don't want to.
I want to.
Got him. making up names
Okay.
now.
I just want him, on his feet, kicking ass.
Yeah.
He should be there for when, with what happens to Asher and Moss.
Screw what happens to Asher and Moss. He just should be here.
Yes, I get that.
He doesn't have
Just-
to watch all of this over again.
Out of curiosity,
Sorry.
do we know if Simon has died before?
Not to my knowledge.
Hasn't
I'd said,
mentioned anything like that.
he's been relatively healthy. The only other person I'd say that, would know a thing or two about Simon's health is Rob.
And Rob's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Rob is
Yeah.
deceased, thanks to
Yeah.
Asher.
Yeah.
My point.
Wybie might know.
But
I
Wybie's
was going to
also not
suggest
there.
maybe. I was going to
Lucky
suggest maybe
us.
checking out. Maybe Rob has medical records of Simon, considering why
Didn't
wouldn't
he
a
run the
doctor
hospital?
practice? Yes. So why wouldn't he have records of a person that is Simon,
Mm.
and Rob being someone who's only practicing medicine, not even a full-fledged doctor, mind you, but he was able to take care of people when they needed care, especially
Yeah.
when the followers were walking around.
Right.
Yeah, we can check
Oh,
the
the
Maybe a good
hospital.
place to
hospital
check
that
is
I
the
took
hospital.
shelter in and we were getting shot at by the followers. That brings back good memories.
Yeah, and the one I just checked through, but I didn't think to check for medical records. MBNS and I were looking for Sesby. MBS was
Right.
looking for there. Who, by the way, another person we don't know about. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. I just
Hold
keep
on, it's
thinking
time for
about
me to
what
change
he
his
was
You know,
talking
it's-
about.
IV bag.
You know what's also the great part of all of this? Is that the only actual doctor that we have left in this town is Rain, who we cannot really trust with this.
I mean, at this rate, I might as well get an honorary medical license.
I mean, that's fair.
I still don't know how to proceed with Rain, if I'm being completely honest. Her and I never really spoke before. We passed by like
Well.
3 times, talked twice. And that was around a very big change in life here.
Well, I know that
Sorry, I
she
had to
wouldn't
had to check his
want
pockets
to.
really quick. There's some
Yeah,
weird stuff in there.
I wish it. I know that she doesn't want to do harm, but once again, it's not a situation where we can risk.
For the meantime, I mean, the best course of action is just to watch over him, keep track of what needs to be done, and do what you said you need to do with the feeding tube.
Yeah.
Whatever you think is best. And I know Japple will offer his expertise when needed. As for me,
Honestly, Jeppel, you might as well stay the night too.
Yeah, I can stay if needed.
Both of you.
I can go back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
It's for the best, Ven and MBS staying there too. No,
Don't want
Sesbi.
too many more people realizing that you're
Right.
here.
You say that, but I also chose willingly to come out in the, start of the morning. So part of me is hoping I come face to face with Asher, but
We still haven't even seen him, so.
as far as we know, he's elsewhere. Could be in Devilstown, could be in, dead.
I hope
As
he's
far
dead.
as we know. Let's just hope your sister, sorry, your brother killed him once. You killed him once. Maybe he died before.
I hope he
You're
I hope he spawned on a cliff and accidentally tripped.
you are all hoping that he is dead, but for people like Asher, staying alive and spiraling down these thoughts over and over again, regretting the decisions that he made, is much worse than death.
Yeah, well, I thought that too until he did what he did, Anna.
Oh, I know
So forgive me
that
when
it's true.
Yeah, sure,
He's just like me in this.
revenge is cool and I'm all for it, but also if he's dead, then he's off our hands forever.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright. Well, we should probably let him
Yeah.
rest. You know, sometimes they say that coma patients can hear what's going on around them. We probably shouldn't have too many people in here for too long.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's go.
Hang in there, buddy. Hey, Meredith, a word before I go, by the way?
Yeah,
Your office or lab?
yeah, sure, give me a second. You guys can go and wait downstairs.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
if
and
you
Jay,
don't
come
mind.
see me before you leave as well, okay?
There's a few
Yes,
extra bedrooms connected to the kitchen.
Right. Let's go downstairs, I suppose.
Okay.
Let's go grab some fresh air, Chapel.
Alright, so what did you want?
There was something else I wanted to mention to you that I didn't tell you back, when we met on that hill a little far from here.
Okay, what would that be?
It's a little. It's gonna sound weird, maybe odd, if I'm being completely honest with you. But it's a possibility. When we talk about people who have expertise, in medicine, helping out here, there's one person comes to mind, besides, people that we know are dead or gone. And, well, he kind of fits in the category of gone, but let's be hopeful for a second and think that Hollow is somewhere nearby.
I mean, is he?
I haven't seen him myself, but I will say that night that I came to, put that letter in your mailbox and meet you at the top of the hill, that site with the netherrack out of the ground, the two kinds of it,
Yeah.
that's where we fought Sharma, Hollow, Simon, and I.
Okay.
I haven't seen Hollow since then, since he dealt the final blow. But that night that, I was waiting on that hill setting up shop, I noticed that there was a makeshift grave made for Sharma. And unless somebody's pretending to be Hollow, they signed the nameplate of the grave, my son.
That's a pretty good reason to consider the fact that maybe Hollow is still around. I'll give you that. Is Hollow some kind
Yeah,
of medical professional, or
no, not at all. It's he has some expertise. Where I come from, where Japel JD2, um, he was kind of revered as a celebrity, believe it or not. Especially if you're a person of the Brine heritage, you get invited to all sorts of meetings, group gatherings,
so? What is it that
birthdays.
he has connections, or
Well, he used to volunteer a lot of like sick kids shelters stuff. They put a lab coat on. Well, they would put one on him. He would like help administer shots. For diseases, for viruses, that kind of stuff. I assume he knows his way around a syringe. Maybe even knows some actual medicine ways. Fuck, I don't know. Look, I'm just some guy. I don't know that kind of stuff. You, Japel, and probably Hollow and Rain and Rob were leagues above me. Right? So, for the possibility that he is around, whether or not he just came back to bury his son and then leave again, because, that's what he was supposed to do, leave. I was going to take the blame for Sharma's death and he would go live his life because, let's face it, I had a good part in ruining for him. But the point is that if he's around, it would be wise if you, someone, someone like me, were to see him. Maybe we
Reach
can get
out
him
to
to
him,
help.
try to make contact.
I just don't know how. I don't know if he wants to be made contact with. Is the thing. Like I said, he holds some sort of resentment with me for what I've done to him.
Huh.
It's
I
a
mean,
very
it's
long story.
possible.
I just want to assume that maybe if he knew that he was needed, that he was able to help out Simon, someone he was good friends with. He was, believe it or not, that maybe he could help. But if Hollow is out there and he can find out that he's of assistance and maybe he can just help with this one thing and continue on whatever he's up to, I'm sure we would all be very grateful. But the reason I'm telling you is because I trust you, and for the time I met you, I knew I could, maybe count on you in these kinds of scenarios. Maybe call me a fool for doing it or not seeing it to you sooner or not telling others, but with Hollow it's different. And with you
Why?
it's different.
Why do you think you can trust me so easily?
I like to think back to a time that I was way out of my depth. I was out of my head thinking about all the worst things. I was gradually moving towards a location that I was slowly getting to in the long run. I knew where I was headed, but with each and every passing day, it was taking longer and longer. That is until I decided to set up shop in a campfire, buy some woods, and then you came along. And you told me to keep on moving, keep moving forward. I,
Hmm.
Meredith, if I'm being completely honest with you, I was ready to, let myself go, die there once I got there. But because you pushed me to go do something, and what came out of it, me with my eye, and coming back here, taking care of Sharma, ending up in a hole, now back here in your lab telling you all this. I feel like it was all for something, and I can trust you with that. You have my respect, and I know I can be very stubborn, and your brother and anyone else will tell you the same thing, that it's hard for me to open up to people, but I feel like I can trust you with this. It's not something I'll tell much others. I've told Japple, but I don't think Japple knows I was going to tell you.
I think it's a. I think it's a mutual feeling. I mean, you helped me track down my brother to begin with. Now you're gonna help me get him back again. I mean, it's kind of poetic in a sense, don't you think?
It is. I do agree. Also, I will say, and feel free to take this however you want, but I was very delirious in those first few days of being in that hole. We didn't have any food. The plot was to starve us, make us rot in that hole in Asphodel. Where I was with Simon, there, Acidoni, Van MBS. I kept dreaming of what could have been if I just simply didn't go to that dinner. If I didn't help people like you, people like I know I could trust. The kinds of people I pushed away. And you saw how I was when I first came back from my trip, all bandaged up and everything.
Yeah, you were in a shit state.
And
The,
there I was again, in a shit state. But you'll never believe what happened one night.
I'm listening.
In the efforts to sleep, I thought I was dreaming. Maybe it was a hallucination, but I could hear you. I cannot remember what you were saying to me. Maybe it was just my mind trying to think of the time that you were trying to get through to me, and you did get through to me. But it was very weird. I just recall your voice. Don't know what you said. It's all mumbo jumbo.
Did you
But I
have
don't know.
any other hallucinations while down there?
Not that I remember. Like I said, we were starving, trying to sleep, but we were,
And how
physically
long
incapable of
were
sleeping.
you down there for?
in the hole for about a week.
And you had one hallucination.
Maybe it was a half dream. I'm just trying to make it make sense. Make it sound like I'm sane.
Yeah,
But, you know,
there's probably some logical explanation to it. You're right.
well, before going into the hole, I wasn't doing better anywhere else. You know, I was in maximum security, right where JD is. You know, I was down there for a little, good week or two, I think. It's been so long.
Yeah, it all caught up with you. I
Yeah,
I didn't have
except I
any
had
way
food
of.
in there, so
Well, yeah, but it was still traumatic, stressful.
you're telling me. But in the end, here we are. And once again, I'm, you know, relying on you just as much as you're relying on me. And you're right. I will be helping you get back YB, JD, fixing all the shit that Asher put onto us, put on the both of us. The same thing I told you on that hill.
I appreciate it. We should get back down there so that way I know what the hell they're up
Yeah,
to in my kitchen.
yeah,
Or
of
wherever
course.
they are.
Try to keep that thing about Hollow to yourself too.
Sorry,
And
what?
you
I
know
don't know what you're
about the
talking
others.
about.
And the stuff about, you know, me apparently going insane in a hole. Yeah.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
I'm glad. Doesn't sound familiar to me either. Is this where the kitchen is, I assume?
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
They are
Did
not
they
here.
go into the bedrooms that I mentioned? No, they didn't. They said they were gonna get fresh air, didn't they?
Oh, I thought that was a way out.
No, that's a closet.
Right.
Did they maybe come out the back door? No. Let's go with the
I will
front
say,
door
I
then.
believe this is actually the first time I've, you know, walked inside your house. You'll have to forgive me that I scoped it out. Oh, they're outside.
Oh, okay. It's a nice place,
But you
right?
do have a nice house, though. I
Thank
do like it.
you.
You've made well for yourself, and it's,
Thank you
you
very
know,
much.
good outside Marigold. Anyway, let's go talk to them.
Yeah, let's get their attention.
All of this was done. It's gone, and he could be here, and if it required me to take his place or die, whatever, it
Fair
would
enough.
have been worth it. Yeah?
I'm sorry. Are you? Am I
It's
interrupting?
it's fine. No, it's okay.
We're just about ready to split up, or at least, you know,
Right,
me go back to Sanctuary.
right. Can I talk to you for a moment?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Excuse us.
It's
All right, Chapel. Let me show you around to where you're gonna be staying.
Okay.
Everything good out there?
Yeah.
Sounds like a concerned yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds
I
like
hope.
yeah, okay.
I hope.
Well, here's room number 1. There's a closet. And well, then there's room number 2, and it's not the best, but you know, it's something.
I'll take this room.
All right. Well, I hope that you get some use out of it. Hey, you still have window view, so that's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Nice natural lighting. Definitely
Yeah.
good. I have too much stuff in my hand.
Do you just
On
keep
me.
a foldable love seat on you at all times?
Yeah. You never know when you
How?
might. It's science.
Portal technology?
Sure, let's go with that. That's a lot less complicated than what I was thinking.
That's
But yeah.
less complicated?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Sure. Sure, that makes sense. All right, enjoy your room.
Okay. Thank you for. I'll do everything I can to help with
Yeah,
Simon.
you might as well, while you're here, help with the thermal power.
Yeah, I have a bucket of lava on me, so we
Oh, we're
can.
gonna need a lot more than that. We're gonna have to source it straight from the Nether. Like, what was that machine you came in? Was it a portal? Or was it what was it?
The one that I got to Millie Gold with.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a portal from my old lab to Marigold, to where I was told Jay was, and it got me out
Are
of
you gonna
his
use
house.
that?
Yeah, I mean we can use it. Yeah, probably. If I
Because
can figure
it
out how to
might be
start it from
pretty
this
easy
side.
to put a portal in a lake of lava and source it directly into the chamber.
Yeah, that might be pretty simple. Maybe.
I have no idea how to move portals around. That's on you. So
Yeah, I don't know. I vaguely know how to turn it on from this. Actually, I don't know if I know how to turn it on from this side. But I could probably rebuild the thing that I built on the other side on this side, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, I'll leave you to your own devices.
Okay. Well,
Have a good night.
yep. Have a good one.
Huh. Wonder what they're doing out there. Whatever that sound is, I don't like it. Wonder if I can get anything just from their body language. They looked at me. Well, that's not ideal, but hold on. Oh, sorry, I just heard noises.
Sorry, I was just trying to decorate a little bit, make things. Yeah.
No, this actually looks nice.
I'm not the best. If you've seen my cabin, you know.
I mean, your cabin's pretty nice. What have you done in here?
Well, haven't touched in here since you left.
Hey, the interior decoration looks great.
Yeah, definitely.
Jesus, how do you fit this much? I'm not gonna question it.
Did you forget me giving you an entire stack of TNT that one time? I have my
No, I
ways.
didn't forget. I just thought maybe things worked weird when you were in your own hideout, and yet here you are in my home, putting down a whole 2 beds. Well, two, a recliner, a love seat.
I
You
just have
probably
my
have a
ways.
shulker box on you, don't you?
I actually don't.
How are you? Okay,
I have my ways. Okay.
surely.
YB, JD, and and Simon and Sesby. It really made me kind of change my thought process.
Right.
I'm just trying to do better. I have a lot to make up for.
Well, I wish you to all the happiness that you can get.
Thank you. I'll swing by the hospital on the way home, see if I
Mhm.
can do something. And
Right.
I'm not sure it'd be wise to bring Sesby out over here, but maybe once
No.
things are better here, maybe you can swing by then.
Yeah, I may just come visit sometime
Anytime.
soon. Maybe
Try,
when, yeah, maybe when Meredith just gets some rest and stuff.
try not to worry about many things at once. Focus on what's in front of
Of
you.
course.
Breathe in, breathe out. That whole, hippie bullshit. But
Right.
just hang in there. All right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, Anna.
Thank you, Jay. Mm,
No,
Yeah.
thank you. I just wish things could have been better. Uh, pass on my goodbyes to Meredith and Jappel.
Mhm.
I'll head out from here.
Of course.
I'll see you around. And you know where to find me, and I know where to find you.
Yeah. If any news,
Okay.
then of course.
Yeah, and get to this eventually.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Take care, Anna. I'll see you when I see you.
See ya. Well,
So you had enough?
guess so.
Alright, well, let me show you to your room.
Yeah. Would be
Chapel has already
great.
started decorating. He took the smaller room.
Decorating.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Didn't take Javel for the person who decorates, but
Yeah, I also didn't take him for the kind of person who could put all this stuff in his pocket without a shulker box, but here we are.
fair enough. Yeah. Thank you, Meredith. And I'm really sorry also that I snapped at you back in J and
It's fine. You're going through a lot right now.
I mean, everybody's going through a lot right now. It doesn't justify what I said, but yeah.
If you need someone to talk to at any point who isn't your next door neighbor, I'm right upstairs.
Of course. Thank you.
Of course. Try to get a nap in before I push a bunch of responsibilities onto you.
Right, Captain?
All right.
Yeah. Well, guess it's time to actually try and get a little bit of rest.
Alright. I'll keep on monitoring his vitals for another couple hours.